Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Harry Potter, Hogwarts Carriage, and the Thestrals set. This is set number 76400. It has 121 pieces, and I paid $16 for this set. Now this set retails for $20, but I was able to get it for 20% off, so $4 off, and brings it down to $16. And I held off getting this one for a while because it just looked so simple and only 121 pieces, but I ended up pulling the trigger at $16 because it has two minifigures, including a Luna Lovegood, who I don't think I have a minifigure of, and I don't know how many sets she comes in. And then it also has the Thestrals, and as I've said before, sometimes animal molds and different stuff can bump up the price or the value of a set, and I don't know if this one is retiring for sure this year. I had a feeling that maybe it was, and so I wanted to build it to see if it may be a set that I want to pick up multiple copies of potentially, because these Thestrals might end up being good to have, good value. So it's a pretty simple set, but in this video I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, while we are looking at the build for this Lego Harry Potter, Hogwarts Carriage, and Thestrals set, I wanted to say thanks for watching, and then just to remind you that if you like this video, maybe give it a like, and if you like my other videos, maybe consider subscribing. Thanks, and now back to the rest of the build for this Lego Harry Potter, Hogwarts Carriage, and Thestrals set, and then on to my review for this set. Okay, so that is this Lego Harry Potter, Hogwarts Carriage, and Thestrals set. This is okay. There is some good stuff in here. It's about what I expected, but I'll talk more about the value at the end of it. But there is some stuff in here that I think makes this set okay, and maybe even particularly good. And so I like it well enough, but the first thing we'll take a look at, like we normally do, is the minifigures. So first we'll look at Harry. So we have Harry. I believe this is from movie 5 or 6, or book 6. Is this Half-Blood Prince, or I can't remember. I think it's after Order of the Phoenix. Either way, we have Harry here, and I remember this scene particularly because Harry, I think, is on the train and invisible, and Malfoy does something to him, and then I think Luna finds him, and then that's when Harry sees the Thestrals for the first time, because only certain people are able to see them. But either way, we have Harry. So he does have his Hogwarts like tie or Gryffindor tie and jumper underneath, and then a sweater here. Face printing is pretty normal for Harry. It does have the scar. It's a little hard to see. We do have an alternate face for Harry there. So that's nice. Has Harry's wand and hairpiece here, and then also an apple, which I believe is fed to the Thestrals here. So this is a pretty good Harry. Nothing on the legs, nothing on the arms. The back of the torso is fine, if relatively simple. It's slightly different from some other Harry figures that I've seen, but I don't know if it's exclusive or anything like that to this scene or this movie. But it's a fine Harry figure. And then the other one we get is Luna Lovegood. And this is interesting because this is on a shorter legs than Harry. They are not these super short ones, so these can still bend. But I guess I don't remember Luna being that much shorter than Harry. I just always assume she's the same age, and while she could be shorter. I just found it a little bit striking that they used the shorter legs for this minifigure. I actually don't really like that. I might have liked if these were just the full legs there, but that's okay. Hair piece is nice, and the face, we do get some alternate face, which looks maybe a little more spacey with some detail for inside of her eyes there. Different color wand here, nice little satchel. If I take that off, we can see the rest of the her maybe dress or whatever she's wearing. It looks like a little knit top cardigan jumper thing here, and then the rest is kind of a gown or something there, which is nice. Good detail on the jumper or the sweater or whatever. And then she's also holding something that I don't know what it is. So if you know, please let me know in the comments. So those are the two minifigures here. Again, I didn't have a Luna Lovegood, I don't think. And I like that character, and I like the performance of the performer in the movies, and it's an interesting character, and this is a good scene with them, so I was happy to get that. And the minifigure's fine, but I do wish it just had the full legs. So either way, you get Harry and you get Luna and their accessories. You do get extra of each of the wands because the way that they come packaged there. And then we have kind of the build for the Carriage and the Thestrals, and we have a little tree here. So first thing I'll do is show the smaller kind of baby Thestral mold here. So this is all one piece. The wings are all molded onto it. There's a stud at the back. We get kind of that like almost bone tail looking piece here, and the mold is really good. The production work for the printing around the eyes is okay. Ultimately, I think this is pretty good because it's kind of a specific mold, and nice to get that in a set that's so affordable. If one wanted to get several of these, that's pretty good. And then the other one you get is kind of a full-size one here. So I'm actually going to detach the cart or the carriage for now so we can see this. So it's essentially just a scaled up version. Again, it's all molded in one piece here. Nice printing up for the eyes there, which is good. Again, we get the kind of spine across the back and down to the tail there, which is good. And this one, the legs are kind of in more of a action-y position than the baby one. For this one, the wings do move and can come off. These are actually kind of a softer rubbery kind of piece here, which is quite nice, and those can come off. I'll actually just remove the wings because they're part of the kind of reins that attach this to the carriage, so we can see what this looks like without that. They do give you some pieces to take off the carriage stuff and then just build this up and have the wings attached there, because there is like a full brick kind of space taken out here that needs to be filled to make this make sense. But this is quite a good mold as well. It can be studded down, same with the smaller one, so that's nice to see. And like I say, if we take off this piece, we can use this extra 1x2 to connect that there, and then that looks pretty good. And if the wings are in a certain position, you might not see that gray underneath there, which is okay. Might have been better if they just used black, but there is some gradient in the wings here, so it's not too big of a deal in my opinion. And this is nice. The wings are good. They also use a barb element here for those, so it's nice to get that. And so you get two Thestrals here. You get the smaller one and the bigger one, which is nice. And like I say, specialty molds and animal molds have a tendency to raise the price and the value of particular sets, and that's potentially at play here because I don't know what other sets these Thestrals come in, and they could potentially be sought after figures, and at the very least they're kind of a unique figure that could be used in other sort of fantasy type situations. So nice to get these winged horses here, and nice to get two of them, which is very good. Then we have kind of the carriage here. Pretty simple build, but good. The wheels all spin, can be attached to the Thestrals kind of reins there, or whatever this is called, to attach it just with that ball joint at the front. And there's some 2 seats up here, which is nice, little fence post thing there. And then there's seats, kind of areas in the back for characters to sit back here. Nice kind of greebly like details on the side and railings. We even have some like lanterns here as well. This is pretty rudimentary, but I did like how these steps are done here. And then there is a door that can be opened, so the characters can walk up these steps to get into the back of the carriage there, so they can make their way to Hogwarts, which is nice. And of course, these characters could be, sat back there, or they could be up front as well. And like I say, this kind of attaches to that piece there and can be dragged along, and the wheels roll well. It's a pretty simple build. It's probably the majority of pieces here. It's nothing too special. Uses a couple big pieces, these kind of angled, I don't even know what kind of pieces those are, but sometimes I see them for chassis of spaceships or whatever else. So simple stuff there. There was something that fell out when I picked it up, and this is really interesting to me. And this is a printed tile, a 2x3 tile of the Quibbler, which I believe is like a wizarding print publication or something like that, a newspaper perhaps. And so this is printed, and it's got some great colors and some metallic stuff. It's a pretty detailed print, and it says the Quibbler, it says Pandemonium at the Ministry, and it says Unfuzz the Mystery here. And it also looks like it has a something to like the type of glasses to like cut out from the paper that I think Luna gives to Harry. I can't remember exactly, but it seems like that's the case, and I can't remember what the things are that Luna sees buzzing around Harry's head that he can't see or something, because I think these glasses on here might be what makes him able to see those, or makes her able to see those buzzing around his head when he's invisible under the invisibility cloak on the floor of the Hogwarts Express, or whatever. So this is a really interesting printed tile. I did not expect that to be here in this set, and that's another one of those things, like there's no stickers in this set. It's a kind of a nice inclusion because it makes sense for the scene, and it's just a detailed printed tile that I didn't expect to get. So this might have some value for collectors, as would the Thestrals. So I was actually really pleased to find this here. It made sense for the scene. It's very detailed. There's even like a lot of sparkly kind of stars all through the stripes and stuff, and it's hard to get a full kind of look at that, but I think it's really quite good. So cool to get that, and it's it's a pretty big piece. It's not just a 1x2 or something like that. So really nice. And then we also just get a pretty simple tree build here, but it looks like we have like maybe a little mushroom or a fungus or something down there, some different colors of browns and stuff, some leaf elements. Very simple tree here, not a huge issue, but I believe where these carriages and thestrals are, that scene in the book and maybe in the movies as well, is kind of in the woods that then take them, the carriage then takes these characters to Hogwarts. So fine that the tree's there. It doesn't add a ton for me. It's pretty basic, and if I were to actually like try to display something related to this scene, I would do something much more than this. But as far as being like part of the build, I guess it's fine. I think there might be other things that I would have rather have, maybe more Thestrals, or like beef up the carriage a little bit, or make this set cheaper potentially. But I guess this is an inclusion that once they set the price for this set and set the kind of the piece budget, this was something simple and relatively I think consistent with sort of what they were trying to go for in this set, because the scene does take place in the woods, so I guess there's a little tree and a little fungus here, and some floral stuff or some moss down there. So yeah, like I say, really basic, but nice to get some extra leaf things here, and that's all fine. So ultimately you get 2 minifigures. They're okay, they're pretty fine. I didn't have Luna, so I like that. You get 2 Thestrals, the small one and the bigger one, which are different molds. You get the wing pieces here, which are separate. You do get that printed tile. You get the whole carriage here. And so this is not too bad, even if the tree doesn't add much to me. Even without the tree, what I have here, excluding that, is still pretty good, all things considered. So this set is 121 pieces, and it retails for $20, but I paid $16 for this, which is 20% off, so $4 off. And I think 16 is about right. 15 would be, I think, great for this. 20 seems a little bit high for me. Again, there's not that many pieces. I understand that animal molds, especially specialized animal molds that maybe can't be used in a city set or other themes and other lines of stuff. This is a pretty specialized mold that maybe ups the price and the potential value of this set. So I understand that. So maybe that's how they come to $20. For me, I don't think I would have bought this at $20. I was interested in it. I had looked at it, but I was pretty much only wanting to get this at a discount. This doesn't add much to me. I think the Thestrals are good. I really, really like this printed tile. The build for the carriage is fine. So there is good stuff in here, and I think at $16, that's not a problem. I'll show the extra pieces here because you do get some besides the wands there. We get an extra of this kind of sprig here, some 1x1s, there's some studs, a slope, a tile, the barb that goes on the Thestral's wings, the larger one. We also do get this extra 1x2, which is the piece that you can sub in if you disconnect the Thestral from the carriage. That's the piece that you would kind of fit in there to reattach the wings here. So you do get that. Good to include that. Good not to forget that. Other than that, just your standard extra pieces. And yeah, this is a fine set. I mean, I really wanted this for the Luna figure, for the Thestrals, and then I was pleasantly surprised by this printed Quibbler tile. And I think for that, at $16 is a pretty good value. For $20, yeah, I'm not as convinced about it, although I'm sure other people could be, just because of these molds, and I've already talked about those. So maybe they're not far off. Just for me personally, I wasn't probably going to pull the trigger on it at its retail price. But for 20% off, that's good. For even more off, that'd be better. But this is a fine, simple set. Happy to have these. Happy to have Luna. Happy to have this Quibbler. The rest of this stuff, as far as the build goes, the build experience didn't add that much. Nothing's terribly complicated or innovative. I do like these stairs at the back, which is nice. Other than that, it's just a relatively basic set, a fine set. I like it fine, and it's decent value for the money, but good to get some of this stuff here. So that's good. If you like this video, please consider clicking the thumbs up and giving it a like. And if you like my other videos, please consider clicking the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including maybe more Lego Harry Potter. There's some new stuff coming out September 1st, probably before this video comes out, but anyway, maybe more of that, and just tons of other themes, tons of Lego sets, all different shapes, sizes, price points, and piece counts, tons of different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of my upcoming Lego videos. And if you want to support this channel and support my videos, the best way to do that is over at the SoBricks Patreon, which you can find linked in the description, linked on my channel page, patreon.com/SoBricks. Over there, you can join for as little as $2 a month, get access to all my videos early, get access to some exclusive videos, tons of other stuff in the works over there. So maybe consider checking that out. Every little bit helps and it is appreciated. And with all of that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.